As I said, I've said it before in our broadcast, there's something about traveling with Wilmette, having to play that first game of the morning. Always a tough road to hoe, but generally speaking, everybody but two teams here are faced with the same problem. Those two are the host team, which is Harrison, Ohio, which is over right on the Ohio-Indiana border, about 20 miles or so outside of Cincinnati. And this team, Marysville, which is actually upriver, about the same, about 20, 30 miles from Cincinnati. Actually not too far from the Kings Island and Coney Island amusement parks here in the Cincinnati area. Here's Danny Saltman to lead it off. Danny, the designated hitter today. And we're all set to get underway. The first pitch of the ball game is low a ball.
No problem.
And a strike. 1-1 to Saltman. Adam Blythe, the pitcher for Marysville. That's a ball. As Danny Saltman skipping out of the way. 2-1 the count. And the pitch. Ground ball, slow roller. Third baseman, tough chance, up, throwing in time, and there's one away. Here's Dusty Napoleon, going to play first base today. As we mentioned a couple of times in our broadcasts, this summer, Dusty headed to the University of Iowa with a baseball scholarship. Pitches low ball. Cloudy day here today. That's a ball. Actually, this may well be kind of the blow-off clouds from the tropical storms rolling up the east coast. We're sort of on the edge. We were supposed to be sort of on the edge of it. No rain, but a lot of clouds. There's a strike. 2-1. And the pitch. Little squibber foul, and the count evens up at deuces. Well, they've got some major league dimensions to this ballpark. Of course, it's a university field. 325 down the line, 365 to the power alleys, 400 to dead-away center, but they've got 14-foot fences to the power alley. There's a foul ball, and the count holds at deuces. They just dedicated this ballpark here at the University of Cincinnati back in May. There's a ground ball to first. Quickly 2 up, 2 down. And here's Rob Russell. Russell going to Rollins College, which is Winter Park. One of the top 3 sport athletes ever go through New Trier went there. Johnny Castino. Back in the 70s. There's a strike. Went on to be American League Rookie of the Year in 1979 before injuries forced him to give up the sports. There's a high pop-up foul, and that's going to get out of play off to the right. 0-2 the count. Ground ball right back to the pitcher. Comebacker over to first in a 1-2-3 inning. In the top half of the first for the Waves, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We go to the bottom of the first, no score. Defensively for the Waves, for this one, we have Johnny Rosinski in left, Austin Turbin in center, Rob Russell out in right, Andy Vogler at third, Brandon Liss at short, Jimmy Hines at second, and Dusty Napoleon at first today. And the battery, Danny Martinez pitching, and Josh London behind the plate today. Here's Don Paul to lead it off. Takes a strike, strike one. And a strike, strike two. Oh, and 2 the count. High ball. 1-2. Shave and a haircut. 2 bits. High and tight, a ball. Deuces. And the pitch outside the ball. Another bright and early ball game here. At least it's not 8 o'clock in the morning. It's 9:30 Cincinnati time, starting time. Little foul ball back to the screen. Count hold. Well, they have it up there as 3-2. I guess that's right. Full count. Strike 3. 1 down. Here's Donnie Wormeldorf. Pitch on the way. High fly ball. Johnny Rosinski calling for it. Takes it for the out. 2 up, 2 down. Here's Brad Winter. That's a ball. 1-0. Foul ball. Out of the ballpark off to the right. There's a fly ball. Out towards Austin Turbin. He's over to it. Takes it for the out. And a 1-2-3 inning on both sides of the ball. At the end of 1 inning of play, we have no score. And we'll be back with more here on the Metro Chicago Sports Network. Leading off for the Waves here in the second, Austin Turbin. Austin headed to Bucknell in a week or so. Now they look in by Blythe, and the first pitch of the second. In there for a strike, strike 1. Got a little stiffer breeze blowing in today from left field. There's a ground ball. First baseman has it. Goes to the pitcher covering. 1 up, 1 down. There's Josh London. Now here's Josh London. Wilmette had their 8-game winning streak snapped in the first game of the tournament. Trying to stay alive now here in the regional. The strike 1. And the delivery to London outside the ball, and the count evens up at 1-1. Good crowd on hand today, even if it is early in the morning. That's a strike 2. 1-2. Josh London has really been on fire at the plate. Blythe so far has had the Wilmette number, as has Danny Martinez. Well, that's very early in the ball game. We play 9. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And there's 2 down. And here is John Rosinski. So Johnny Rowe bats. Low and outside the ball. And a strike on the outside corner. And the count evens up at aces. 1-1. Johnny Rowe just going to be a junior at New Trier next year. Outside the ball. 2-1. Next week on the network, We's got football. Hard to believe we're already into the football season. Now a delivery. That's high ball. And Johnny Rowe has drawn the walk. And here's Jimmy Hines. Here's Jimmy Hines. Hines headed to Cornell. The Ivy League Cornell. There's a line shot. That's going to be a gapper. Out to right center. Here comes Johnny Rosinski. They're going to send him home. Here comes the throw, and it's not going to be in time, and the Waves have a 1-0 lead on the double by Jimmy Hines to the gap in right center. Here is Andy Vogler. So Vogler bats. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Vogler going to be a senior, I believe. Or did I goof that up yesterday? Outside and low ball. Yeah, Vogler's going to be a senior. I thought I was right. That's a strike. And the guy was up at deuces. Andy playing third base today. Outside, gets away, and over to third goes Hines. Jimmy Hines on at third. And a full count to Vogler. 2 out. Waves already with a run in. Ball 4, and Andy Vogler's drawing the walk. Here's Brandon Liss. Playing shortstop today, getting a start. Brandon, another Mature player, going to be a junior. Strike on the outside corner. Strike one. I think one of the things that everyone's got to be aware of in this, those watching these games, they do expand the strike zone a little bit. Up on the fist, fouled off. 0-2 to Liz. Now Blythe with the sign. Scooped at, and that's going to get out of play. Now the pitch. Outside a ball. There goes the runner. And they'll let him steal second uncontested. Vogler over to second. They were thinking a possibility of a double steal, but Hines just stayed put. One and two. Scooped at, high pop-up. And that's going to hit the screen back here behind us, behind the plate. So the count holds at 1-2. One and two the count. 2 on, 2 out. 1 run in. Strike 3. Caught him looking on the outside corner. But the Waves come up with a run on 1 hit, 2 left. And we go to the bottom half of the second inning. And the Wilmette Waves leading it 1-0 over Marysville, Ohio. So Danny Martinez gets set here in the bottom half of the second inning. Will Walker, the batter, takes a pitch high and outside the ball. Early on in the ball game. He did go strike, and it's 1-1. On a pitch, it was a ball. That's low and inside. 2-1. Three and one. Danny's missing up high again. Ball 4 and leadoff walk. So here's Rutherford with a runner on. Marysville, Ohio. The pitch is inside a ball. That's really 5 in a row now that Danny Martinez has missed. Outside, 6 in a row. Ground ball. Could be a double play ball. Out at second. Out at first. No. He's off the bag. They have the throw in time. They'll just score that as a fielder's choice. As Dusty Napoleon was off the bag. Here's Phil Franks. 1 out. And so we replace the runner at first. That's high ball. Ball 2. 2-0. The force out. List to Hines. Outside the ball. No, making a strike on the outside corner. 2-1. Waves again, shaded around just a little bit to the left field. More so, really just Turbin. And a big gap again in right center. 3-1. High pop-up foul. Going to get out of play, and the count goes full. Go to first, runner back. So Franks bats with a full count. Danny Martinez on the mound for Wilmette. Pitches on a high pop-up. That's going to get out to the outfield. And it is Austin Turbin who takes it in shallow right center for out number 2.
Now batting for Marysville, number 5.
Ian Rodenberger, the batter. And the first pitch to him outside the ball. Waves at the top of the batting order due up in the third inning. Swing and a miss, strike, and the count's aces. There's a line shot deep and foul. Ended up in the bullpen down the right field corner. And the count's 1-2. Danny Martinez going to be a senior at New Trier. One of the duo of highly recruited pitchers for the Trevians. That's a low ball. Danny Martinez and Miles Klaus being the other one. A lot of people impressed with the two of them. On the pitch. That's low and away a ball. And the count goes full. There's a line shot. That's going to be a gapper. And we're going to be all tied up here. Here comes a runner around. He's going to try and score. Here comes the throw into second. And a double. Same place that Jimmy Hines hit it. Hit his, and the same result. An RBI double, and the ball game tied up now at 1. Here's Race Robinson to bat for the Marysville squad. Each team getting the same thing happen. They get a walk and then a gapper double to the fence in right center. Each team with a run on a hit. 2 out. Swing and a miss, straight. And it's 1-1. So next week, we start up both our networks for the 2004-2005 season. New Trier Lyceum. It'll be the Trevians taking on the Blue Devils of Warren. And on the full network, it'll be probably Maine South and Bolingbrook. Foul ball. That from Maine South. Also start soccer next week. Neutral, Brother Rice. Ground ball, slow roller. Picked up. Flip over. No, it's safe. Here comes a runner home. And the Marysville squad's taking the lead. Error on Dusty Napoleon. They put an error on Hines, but I think that was an error on Napoleon. Here's Tyler Ledford. There's a bunt, foul. Two out. These ball games always seem to take a little bit longer. And a ball. And it kind of evens up. 1-1 to Ledford. There's a ground ball, hot shot foul down the line. 1-2. Each team with a hit. And error has led to a second run for Marysville, and they've taken the lead here 2-1 in the bottom half of the second inning. Out a pitch, outside a ball. Deuces on the count. And a little foul ball up on the fist with that one. And the count's deuces. Strike three, and the inning over. But Marysville takes the lead at the end of two. It's Marysville, Ohio 2, and the Wilmette Waves 1, and we'll be back. So here's Danny Saltman to lead off the third inning. Saltman, the designated hitter today. The pitch, low ball, ball one. And once again, Saltman gets hit by a pitch. Got clunked pretty good, apparently. And here's Dusty Napoleon. So Napoleon playing first base today. Outside a ball. Top of the third inning. Outside a ball, 2-0. Time called. As the coach of the Marysville team wants to have a word with his pitcher, Blythe. So now we're ready again. Blythe gets his sign. And the pitch to Napoleon. Line shot. That's going to go foul, though, into the bullpen down there in right field. 2-1. There's a strike on the outside corner, and it's 2-2. And Dusty Napoleon didn't like that. And Coach Napoleon saying something about that. To me, it looked like a pretty good pitch on the way they're calling these things. There's a ground ball, little squibber foul. Deuces. As I said, you got to be aware that they're going to expand this strike zone a little bit. There's a ground ball. Oh, off the first baseman's glove. And they'll leave Saltman at second.
Now batting for Wilmette, number 10.
Here's Rob Russell. Marysville was the Ohio champion of American Legion State Tournament. Go back to second, but Saltman didn't stray too far. Strike one. Rob Russell. Austin Turbin on deck. Nobody out. Top of the third. There's a bunt attempt. That's foul. And it's 0-2. Oh, 2. Outside. 1-2. One and two. Strike three, and there's one away. Here's Austin Turbin. Austin Turbin bats. Two aboard now, one out. Austin take a pitch high and outside, a ball. Wind is blowing in from left field towards first base. That's a ball low. 2-0. And ball three. J-Lo on deck. Should be taken all the way here. Ball four. And the bases are loaded. And here's Josh London. Here's Josh London playing like a man possessed in the tournaments. Boy, he's been hitting up a storm. And a lot of them have been big clutch hits. And he's got another one. They'll just allow one run to tie it up. And the Waves will leave the bases loaded for Johnny Rosinski. The Johnny Rosinski bats. Again, a little discussion on the mound. You talk too much, you worry me to death. Well, the Waves have a lot of surf on the bases. Bases loaded. One out. Lead run at third. Ball game all tied up. Pitch is low and outside the ball. Catcher stopped it. With this brick backdrop, and ball can ricochet back pretty quick. You got to make sure it stays down there in order to try and come home on something back behind the catcher. That's a ball. 2-0. They've got about a 10 or 12 foot wall all the way around on the stand side. Foul ball. Johnny Rowe, left fielder for the Waves. Also going to be playing basketball. Pitches high a ball. 3-1 the count. Jimmy Hines on deck. Hines hit that gapper back in the second. Ball 4 and a run walked in. And the Waves had the lead 3-2. And here's Jimmy Hines. Here's Jimmy Hines. And he sends a high pop-up. Right fielder going over. Taker for the out. Awfully shallow. No. They will not send Austin Turbin. So 2 down. Here's Andy Vogler. Two out. And the Waves have regained the lead. 3-2. There's a strike. Fastball, outside corner. That's a ball. 1-1. One and one the count. That's a foul ball off the screen. 1-2. Top of the third inning. Great Lakes Regional, another foul ball. Winner of the regional will advance to the American Legion World Series being held in Corvallis, Oregon. Out not too far from the state capital. And Eugene, Oregon. That's a good trivia question. What's the state capital of Oregon? Salem. Salem. The pitch. That's a ball. There goes the runner home. Here comes the throw. Oh, he's safe on the double steal. Oh, my. Great job. Josh London standing out towards the middle of the base path there between second and third. Forced the throw, and then the throw back. And Austin Turbin coming home on the steal with the run. And it's 4-2. Oh, great job. Now they pitch outside the ball. Actually, you count that as 4 stolen bases. 1 for each player. Or 3, that is. Fair ball. Long throw in time. And the inning over. And the top of the third, the Waves come up with a 3 spot and lead it 4-2. There we go to the bottom half of the third inning. Here's Don Paul to lead it off for Marysville here in the bottom half. Waves seem to do better when they're the visitors in this tournament. There's a strike. Only time they were the home team. They lost. Line shot, base hit to left. That's why you're the designated hitter. If you hit, get on base. Here's Wolmendorf batting. That's a strike on the outside corner. Strike 1. Waves trying to stay alive in the Great Lakes Regional. That's high and outside of ball. It did curve, but it curved late. 1-1. There's a line shot. That's going to be a gapper. And here we're going to have another run come home. And it's 4-3. He's going to third. Here comes the throw. Won't even make a play on him. A triple to right center. Here's Brad Winter. Runner at third. Nobody out. There's a strike on the outside corner. There's a line shot, base hit, ball game's all tied up. Well, no, this is going to be one of those games. Here's Will Walker. That's high ball. Nobody out. And the ball gets away on the throw. And off to second goes Winter. Now the delivery, swinging a ground ball. That takes a funny bounce. He ain't going to be safe. Now they're going to send the runner home. Here comes the throw, not in time. And Marysville's taking the lead, 5-4. They're calling that an error. I don't know. I would call that a hit. That really hit off Danny Martinez.
Number 3, catcher, Watts Rutherford.
And there's Rutherford. I'm gonna change that. I'm gonna call that a hit. Because although Martinez tried to get down on it, it was solidly hit right off him. I think that actually went off his foot. Oh, okay, that the error was on the throw to first. There's a base hit. They're going to throw to third, and it is close, but safe. And runners at the corner. Still nobody out. Here's Phil Franks. That's right. And low a ball, 1-1. Oh, no sooner do the Waves take a 2-run lead, and they give that lead up, fly ball. Taken by Russell. Here comes the runner home. Here comes the throw, and a little up first base line, and another run home on the sacrifice fly. So here's Ian Rodenberger, the bat for Marysville, Ohio. Bottom of the third inning. That's shows a bunt, pitch high a ball. Still nobody out. And a 4 spot here for Marysville. That's a ball low. Well, after a perfect first inning, once again, things have gone south for these teams. A lot of hitting. There's a ground ball. Out at 1, out at 2. Safe at 1, not in time. Fielder's choice, but the Waves do get an out. There's Race Robinson. There you see how this new ballpark at the University of Cincinnati situated. A lot of seating, actually. They say this place holds about 3,000. Two out. And a ground ball. Slow roller. Vogler. Foul ball. So now it's Marysville with the 2-run lead. We're still early in the ball game. There's the ball. They'll make it a strike on the inside corner. And a stolen base. 0-2 the count. Outside. Martinez wastes the pitch. 1-2. Looks the runner back to second. And a ball. And deuces on the count with 2 outs. Will Squiver got a little piece of it to stay alive. And the count holds at deuces. Hard to believe summer is over, already going into the football season. There's a foul ball. We're going to have lots of games on the network. New Trier Lyceum will be the only place to see New Trier sports on our network outside of ball. And those of you, just everybody here on this network, will be watching Loyola, Maine South. There's a ground ball. Nice pickup by Vogler. And the throw to first in time. And at the end of 3, it's 6-4 in favor of Marysville, Ohio. And we'll be back with more in just a network.
4 runs.
And a new pitcher on the mound for Marysville.
Now pitching for Marysville, number 21, William Walker.
So Bill Walker now on the mound.
Now batting for Wilmette.
Second time here in the tournament we had a Bill Walker pitching for the opposition. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike one.
Now batting for Wilmette.
Brandon Liss.
Shortstop, Brandon Liss.
Batting. Swing and a miss. Strike two. Set to the outside. Fouls one off. 0-2 on the count. The delivery scooped at, a little pop-up, and that's going to get out of play. Here comes that fastball again, I'll bet. And again, it fouled off. A chilly morning here on the bluffs of the Ohio. Now the pitch on the way. Fly ball. Short center. Center fielder takes it for the out. Here's Danny Saltman. So Saltman bats. First pitch is outside the ball. There's a strike. One and one to Danning. And a foul ball. 1-2. One out. Ground ball, hard hit right at the shortstop on 2 bounces. Over to first, 2 down. And here's Dusty Napoleon. Here's Waves' first baseman, Napoleon. Batting with 2 out. In on the fist, fouled off, strike one. We're in Cincinnati for the Great Lakes Regional. This is baseball coverage on the Metro Chicago Sports Network. Pitch high, a ball. And the count was up at 1-1. Waves 4 runs on 2 hits. Blythe with a couple of walks thrown in there. There's a strike. 1-2. There's a line shot. And that's going to fall over the base hit. Gets past the left fielder down into the corner. Down there in the left field corner. And Dusty will go into second with a stand-up double. Here's Rob Russell. That's the third hit of the ball game. Hines has one and Josh London the other. And Russell bats with 2 out. Outside the ball. Bill Walker gets the sign. Left-hander delivers, swing and a miss, strike. Boy, he wasn't anywhere near that one. 1-1. Well outside the ball. 2-1 the count. Top of the 4th inning. Foul ball. Back out of play and the count's deuces. Dan Dolney coaching at first. Danny played for New Trier. Played in the minor leagues for a while. Unique situation. We have 2 high school head coaches out there on the coaching lines. Coach Napoleon and Coach Dolney. Strike 3. And the inning over. The Waves get no runs on 1 hit, 1 left. We go to the bottom half of the 4th inning. It's 6-4 in favor of Marysville, Ohio. First pitch, inside, hit him.
My brother lives in Fort Sheridan.
The runner on at first. There's a pitch low and outside the ball. So Ledford hit by the pitch is on at first. As Don Paul, the designated hitter, bats outside the ball. 2-0. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning. There's a strike on the inside corner. 2-1. Two and 1 the count. Ground ball, slow roller. The play will be the first. And Ledford moved along. Don Wolbendorf, the batter. That's high ball. One and 0 the count. I pop up back onto the screen. 1-1 the count, 4th inning. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Another foul ball back on the screen. Count holds at 1-2. Now the pitch. Line shot. That's going to be a base hit. They're going to send the runner home. Here comes the throw. No, they're not going to throw it. Throw back. In time, they got him. Now, originally they were going to send him. They saw that solid throw, and then he stopped and tried to get back to third and couldn't get there. And there's 2 away. Good job by Russell hitting the cutoff man. Nice job by Dusty Napoleon reading the play. And a nice job by Andy Vogler putting the tag on. 2 down. Runner on at second. That's a ball outside. 1-0. And low and outside the ball. 2-0. There's a line shut down the line. Fair ball into the corner. Another run going to score on the double. Coach Napoleon out to have a word with Danny Martinez. There you can kind of see which way the wind's blowing. From left field to the first baseline. So here's the Marysville pitcher, Will Walker. Foul ball. 0-1. Waves, 4 runs, 3 hits, 2 errors. Marysville, Ohio, 7 runs, 7 hits, and a single error. And a strike. 0-2 the count to Walker. Outside a ball. Wasted that one. 1-2. Going back in. Fouled it off. Strike. Danny Martinez on the mound. High and outside of ball. And the count evens up at deuces. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Bottom of the 4th. Low ball. And the count goes full. There's another foul ball. Count holds at a full count. Fifth inning. Coming up. Bottom of the 4th. Right now. And the pitch. There's a line shot right at. Nice catch by Brandon Less. And the inning over. At the end of 4, it's 7-4 in favor of Marysville, Ohio. And we'll be back with more here on the Metro Chicago Sports Network.
You should watch me clock.
So we go to the top of the 5th inning, and Austin Turbin to lead it off. Waves down by 3 runs here. Really had their back to the wall. The pitch in there for a strike. Oh and 1 to the center fielder, cleanup hitter, swing and a miss, strike 2. Outside a ball. One and 2. Just a little outside. And the count evens up at deuces. Will Walker On the mound, foul ball. Count holds. The deuces to Austin Turbin. Each team with 2 errors now. That's high ball, and the count goes full. To Austin Turbin. Now they pitch. Ball 4. A little high and outside. Oh, leadoff walk, and that brings up J-Lo, Josh London. Here's Josh London. Well, he's had 3 hits. And the very hot at the plate Josh London has one of them. High outside of ball. Time called. So Turbin on at first. Josh London steps back in. And the left-hander delivers. Strike on the outside corner. Johnny Rowe on deck. John Rosinski. That's a ball. But got away from the catcher, but Turbin stayed put at first. 2-1. Walker gets the sign. Pitch on the way. A little foul ball back. Bounced off again. That brick facing. A brand new ballpark. They had to kind of squeeze this in a sense, up against a hillside, and between here and the arena down there, a foul ball off to the right. There you see the third arena, home of the Cincinnati Bearcats. Last year they're going to play in the Conference USA. Now the pitch. There's a line shot right at the center fielder. He makes the diving catch. Got it for the out. Here's Johnny Rowe. And Johnny Rosinski bats with 1 out. Left fielder takes a pitch outside for a ball. 1-0. In there for a strike. And the count is up and 1-1. So 1-1. That ball gets away. And off to second goes Turbin.
That was a pass ball.
Well, Midland, Michigan going to play in the next game. I remember Midland very well. First radio job I ever had was in Midland, Michigan. As soon as I graduated from high school, there's another ball that gets away. And off to third goes Turbin. And the delivery. High a ball, ball 4, and Johnny Rowe's drawn the walk. So here's Jimmy Hines with a chance to cut into this Marysville lead. Strike on the outside corner. Strike 1 with Jimmy Hines. Last year, Midland, Michigan hosted this regional. Midland, part of that Tri-Cities, Saginaw Bay City. Midland, there's a strike. I remember one glorious night trying to get back there. It took me almost 24 hours. Curved around the plate outside, a ball. Here's a ground ball. It's going to get through for the base hit. Single. Second hit of the ball game for Jimmy Hines. And another run in for the Waves. And it's a 7-5 ball game with one out. Two aboard. Here's Andy Vogler. There's a strike. Strike one. Foul ball back to the screen. 0-2 to Vogler. Johnny Rowe on second. Jimmy Hines on first. Another foul ball back. And the count holds at 0-2. That's low ball. 1-2. I still find it somewhat hysterical that parents sitting up in the stands think they can call a pitch instead of being right in there. Strike three. Stand behind the plate and call it. Be an umpire, then you can actually call it. Brandon List, the batter. He did go, strike one. So two down. Waves picked up a run here in the fifth. They're down by two. There's a foul ball. Outside a ball. 1-2. One and two. That's high. Deuces to Brandon List. Deuces on the count. And another foul ball. Two aboard. Swing and a miss. Strike three and the inning over. We go. We're halfway home in this one. Go to the bottom half of the fifth inning. And it's 7-5 in favor of Marysville, Ohio. Rutherford laid it off. Here in the bottom half of the fifth inning, and a little chance here between innings. Touch base with the people from Midland, Michigan. As I said, first time I went, well, actually my second commercial radio job. Now pitching is Rick Gonzalez, foul ball, strike. Rick Gonzalez now pitching. I don't know how they managed to get Austin Durbin pitching.
I apologize. Now number 14, Richard Gonzalez.
Austin had a pretty good laugh out there in center, I'm sure, saying that he was pitching. 3-1. So Gonzalez on in relief of Daddy Martinez. And ball 4. A leadoff walk. Here's first baseman Bill Franks. There's a high pop-up. And Dusty Napoleon takes it in foul territory. Sun trying to pop through a little bit on the clouds. We've got a partly cloudy day now. There's Ian Rodenberger. One out. One out. Waves down by 2. High and outside the ball. 9 times out of 10, I would say, or maybe 8 out of 10, when a player drops a ball or a fielder mishandles a ball, it's because they're thinking what to do with it after they catch it. And I think that's kind of a instinct you have to have rather than a conscious choice on what you're going to do. That's a ball. 2-1. There's a high fly ball. Russell adjusts, takes it for the out. 2 away. There's Race Robinson. Batting with 2 out for Marysville, Ohio. Pitches high, a ball. Ball 1. And a foul ball back. 1-1. One and one the count. Go over to first, runner back. It's been a long time since I was back in Midland, Michigan. High and outside the ball, home of Dow Chemical Company. That's the corporate headquarters there. And the Tittabawassee River. I won't say what we called it for short. There's a high fly ball. And Russell has it for the out to end the inning. No runs. No hits. A walk and a man left. We go to the top of the 6th. The Waves down by 2. This is the Metro Chicago. Now, here's Saltman. Now, a line shot. In for the base hit to lead off the top of the 6th inning. So Saltman aboard, and here's Dusty Napoleon. So the Waves trying to stay alive in the regional for the American Legion World Series. Go to first. Saltman back. Blowing outside the ball. Ball 1. Make a ball 2. In there for a strike. Two and one. Low and outside the ball. 3-1. Three and one the count. The pitch outside, ball 4. And the Waves have a little something going here in the top of the 6th inning. Saltman at second. Dusty Napoleon at first. And here is Rob Russell, right fielder for the Waves. Runners with their lead, rather short. Inside the ball, gets away. But the runners will stay put. And the catcher right on that ball. Here's Rusty. And he bunts. The play will be the first. They get him. Sacrifice works. And 2 men in scoring position. Tying run on at second. And here's Austin Turbin. Outside the ball, ball 1. And low, ball 2. Will Walker having a little trouble here. Now let's see if the Waves can capitalize. Left-hander into the delivery. Strike on the outside corner, 2-1. High a ball. And it's 3-1. Threatening to load up the bases for Josh London. Swing and a miss. Strike. Count goes full. Full count. Strike 3. Got him. And they're still away. And here's Josh London. Waves with 5 hits, and J-Lo has 2 of those 5. And the pitch in the dirt of ball. Marysville, Ohio, 7 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors. Waves, 5 runs, 5 hits, and 2 errors. Now the pitch. Hot shot. Foul up off the screen. And 1-1 the count. One and 1 the count. Strike 2. One and 2. Okay, J-Lo, he's catching today. Dustin Napoleon playing first base. Strike 3, and the inning over. We go to the bottom of the 6th. 7-5 in favor of Marysville, Ohio. So Tyler Ledford leads off here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. He of the high kick delivers, pitches low ball. Ricky Gonzalez on the mound. For the Waves, delivery. Outside a ball. And that's low ball. 3-0. Ball 4. 4 pitches, and Ledford draws a walk again. Here's designated hitter Don Paul. Line shot. Oh, great stop. Throw to second. They got him. Oh, great play by Liss. I think Ricky Gonzalez may have even got a hand on that one. A bare hand yet. A nice job by Liss. And they flipped Jimmy Hines covering in time. And there's one away with the runner on at first. There's Wolmendorf. Takes a pitch high and tight, a ball. Great play by Liss. There's a strike. Throw down, not in time. Stolen base. Now Donnie Paul stands at second with one out. Ricky Gonzalez looks in for the sign from Josh London. And the delivery is high and outside a ball. 2-1 the count. That's high a ball. 3-1. There's a high pop-up. Vogler has a little bit of a beat on it, has it. Takes it for the out. High sun here in Cincinnati has caused some troubles. Here's Brad Winter, number 3 batter in the Marysville lineup. 2 out. There's a line shot. Right at. No, they said he did not catch it. Go to first. And safe. Jake Thomas out there and left. They said he did not catch it. And another run in. So Jake Thomas now out in left field. Made a run at it. Could not catch it. Here's Will Winter. And Waves down by 3 again. There's a strike. That's a ball. Throw on down to second. Not in time. Stolen base. One and one the count. High a ball. 2-1. So Apple Valley, Minnesota going to play Midland, Michigan in the second of the ball games today. There's a high fly ball down the left field line. Everybody giving chase. Foul ball. There's another foul ball out of play down the left field line. And the count holds at deuces. And high a ball. 3-2 to count. Ground ball right back to Gonzalez, knocks it down, throws to first, got him, and the inning over. We go to the seventh, Waves down 8-5, and we'll be back with more here on the Metro Chicago Sports Network. How this works in the batting order, the way the lineup works. But here's Johnny Rosinski. My assumption being then that what's going to happen here is that Danny Saltman will come in and play, and Johnny Rowe will take over the DH. It's about the only thing I can figure out. Swing and a miss, strike. One and one. Or maybe Jake Thomas will go into the leadoff spot. That's low ball. 2-1. There's a fly ball, little pop-up. First baseman calling for it. Takes it for the out. Here's Jimmy Hines. So here's Jimmy Hines. Strike on the inside corner. Strike one. There's a line shot down the line. That's going to be a fair ball. And Hines will hold up with a single. A one-out single for Hines puts him on first and brings up Andy Vogler. So here's Vogler to bat. Andy going to be a senior at New Trier. There's a ground ball. That's going to get through for the base hit. No. The throw won't be in time, though it's a hit anyway. Didn't get through, but nice job going to the hole for that. Well, Vogler beats it out. 2 on and 1 out. And here's Greg Hickey. So that's obviously what's going to happen here is Hickey coming in to play shortstop now in place of Liz. And I have no idea what they're doing on their batting order because I see Danny Saltman on deck. Ball. Oh, and 2. I have no idea what's happening here in the lineup. Because I would have thought that Jake Thomas would have to bat outside the ball. One and 2. Oh, well. It is what it is. There's a strike 3. Here's Danny Saltman. So here's Saltman to bat. Fisted out of play. 0-1. 0-1. Swing on a little squibber foul. 0-2. To the count to Danny Saltman. And a ground ball, first baseman. The flip to the pitcher in time. And we go to the bottom half of the 7th inning. Waves down by 3, 8-5. Goes Sports Network on Comcast.
We are attempting set.
Rutherford takes a strike. 0-1. Here in Cincinnati, they played Harry Carey's Take Me Out to the Ball Game. Well, maybe because they were the Illinois representative. Pitch inside a ball. Miles Klaus now on the mound. Will outside the ball. 2-1. I know a couple of the D1 schools looking at Miles, trying to get him. Here's a strike. Deuces on the count. Nice to be wanted. Strike 3, and there's one away. Here's Phil Franks, the first baseman from Marysville. That's low ball. Klaus into the windup. That's a ball, 2-0. Miles, a big-time prospect. He and Danny Martinez pitching. And a foul ball. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Deuces. The Waves down to their final 6 outs here in Cincinnati. Strike 3. Second strikeout in a row for Miles. Here's Ian Rodenberger. Pitch outside the ball. Well, Miles was, I think, going to play in that area code tournament. And, of course, the broken hand this year prevented him from doing that. 1-1. The count. Strike on the inside corner. 1-2 to Rodenberger. Miles into the windup. Strike 3. Dropped it. Throw to first. 1, 2, 3. 3 strikeouts for Klaus, and at the end of 7, it's 8-5 in favor of Marysville over the Waves. We'll be back.
BP, we don't.
So here's Dusty Napoleon to light it off for the Waves. Inside corner for a strike. 0-1. Waves trying to get back in this ball game. Strike 2. Top of the 8th inning. There's a base hit to left for Dusty to lead off the 8th. So here's Jake Thomas batting for Rob Russell. a strike. Austin Turbin on deck. And a ball, and the count evens up at aces. 8th inning. Again, turned into a lovely day, just like yesterday. 1-2. To Jake, going to be a senior at Evanston next year. There's a little ground ball, slow roller. Shortstop picks it up. The throw not in time. And an infield single for Thomas puts 2 aboard for Austin Turbin. So here's Austin, cleanup hitter for the Waves. Waves now with 9 hits. That's a ball. Now the pitch, high and outside, a ball. (8-5) the ball, the score in favor of Marysville, Ohio. There's a pitch low, a ball. 3-0. And Josh London on deck. There's a strike. The Turbin takes one on the outside corner. There's a shot, true for the base hit. They're going to hold the runner up. Bases are loaded. So Napoleon on at third. Jake Thomas on at second. Austin Turbin on at first. And here's Josh London. And time called. And the coach out to have a word with Will Walker. So here's London with the bases loaded. First pitch hitting, fouls one off. Out of play, strike one. Next week on the network, the Trevians taking on Warren. Neutral Lyceum. And on Comcast, there's a base hit. Boy, Josh has just been doing a wondrous job. Hitting in a clutch. And there's Johnny Rose. Okay, I figured this out. Johnny Rose moved over to play right field. Took me a little while to figure out how Johnny Rose could bat, because he had been in left field, and then I figured it out. There's a ball inside, ball one. Now the Waves have again cut the lead to 2. They've done it a couple times today. There's a strike. Oh, I take that back. Did it only once. At one point, they had a 2-run lead and gave it quickly up. There's a ground ball. Out at second. Out at first. But another run home. And the lead is cut to a single digit. The tying run at third. And here's Jimmy Hines. The Austin Turbin on at third. Time called. Got signals crossed up a little bit. So here's Hines. Second baseman today. He sends a rocket down the line, and that's going to be out of play. Down the right field line there. Playing Jimmy down the line over there. shaded around to the right side. There's a ground ball, high bounder. Oh, through the second baseman, and the Waves have tied this one up.
Number 4, Andy Vogler.
Fifth error of the ball game by the two teams. Third one on Marysville, Ohio, and the Waves have tied this ball game up at 8. Here's Andy Vogler. That's blowing away a ball. Now the Waves trying to stay alive. Have come up with a 3 spot here in the top of the 8th inning. And renewed life. Ball 1 to Vogler. And Miles Klaus on the mound. That will also help for the Waves if he can manage to keep the ball over to the plate. There's a strike. Now they pitch. And the ballpark gets quiet. Ball 4. Okay.
Number 5.
And here's Greg Hicking. He struck out his first time facing Walker. Just came into the ball game for Liss. So 2 on. There's a high fly ball. Right fielder waiting for it, though. Takes it for the out, the end of the inning. But the Waves come up with a 3 spot and tie this one up as we go to the bottom of the 8th. We're all tied up at 8. This is the Metro Chicago Sports Network. Anthony Cushman to face Miles Klaus here in the bottom of the 8th. That's a ball. Foul ball. And the count was up. I thought. They have it 0-2 out there. High and outside, a ball. 1-2. That's a ball. Two and 1 the count. They have it at 3-1. I thought it was 2-1. Ball 4, and it was 3-1. And Anthony Cushman leadoff walk. Here's Tyler Ledford. Marysville, Ohio, just upriver from Cincinnati. There's a bunt. The play will be to second, out on to first, not in time. Fielder's choice. And there's one away. Here's Don Paul. Foul ball back. Onto the screen, strike 1. We're all tied up. 8th inning. Things could get interesting. That's high a ball. 1-1 to Don Paul. No relation to the former White Sox pitcher. He spelled it differently. Last name differently. Here's a high bounder. Picked up, step, drove, DP. And the inning over. Way you go. into the ninth inning, and we're all tied up at 8. We'll be back with more baseball action here on the Metro Chicago Sports Network right after we pause for these messages. Saltman to lead it off here in the ninth inning. So here's Saltman to lead it off. Takes a strike, strike one. All tied up. Dusty Napoleon on deck. Leadoff batter Saltman fouls one off. The loser of this game is out of the tournament. The pitch to Saltman, ground ball, foul. There's a ground ball. Full roller, shortstop has it, throws to first, one down. Here's Dusty Napoleon. Dusty, the Chicago Sun-Times Player of the Year in the Chicago area. 3-sport athlete. Now they pitch. That's a ball. 1-0. Jake Thomas on deck. Jake came in to play left field. Batting in the number 3 spot in the batting order. There's a line shot, base hit up over the glove of the third baseman. Nice job getting a glove on it. But that's about all he could do with it. Solid single to left. And here's Jake Thomas. Here's Jake Thomas. Going to play for Evanston next year. Going to be a senior. That's a strike, strike one. We're here at Cincinnati, Great Lakes Regional. Ball game tied. Top of the ninth inning. Little foul ball back. 0-2, one out. Dusty Napoleon on at first. There's a ground ball. That's going to get through for the base hit. And runners on at first and second with a one out. And Austin Turbin, the batter. So here's Austin. Pitch outside the ball. Down low, ball 2. Two and out to Turbin. That's a ball, 3-0. Threatening to load the bases again for Josh London. And boy, Josh, with the bases loaded, as a whole, he's been on fire. But boy, when the bases have been loaded today, he's come through each time. Ball 4. And that's what we have again. Time called. Coach out to have a word with Will Walker. So here's Josh London. Once again with the bases loaded, new pitcher on the mound. Hot shot foul. Send him scurrying for cover. If, Josh, you're going to do that, don't put it into the Waves side. Put it into the... There's a strike on the inside corner. 0-2. Got to send a line drive like that. You send it into the Marysville side, not into your own fans. Here's a pitch on the way. Here's a ground ball. Oh, second baseman lets it bounce over. And the Waves are going to take the lead. Here comes the throw home, not in time. Waves have scored 2 here in the top of the ninth inning. on the error on the pulled-in infield. Boy, that was a double play ball if ever there was one, and it took a bad bounce up over the shoulder of the second baseman.
Number 6, John.
And here's Johnny Rowe with runners on at second and third. And one out, and the Waves have taken the lead here, 10-8. Pitch to Johnny Rowe is out on the outside corner for a strike. And strike two. 0-2. Well, one way or another, Josh London has gotten the job done this playoff. There's a swing and a miss strike. I'll tell you, these types of games, this type of tournament, really helps your younger players that are still going to be in high school. Swing and a miss, strike three, because they're not going to face any tougher competition in the high schools than they face here in the American Legion in the playoffs. Here's Jimmy Hines. The Waves have come back, 5 runs in the last 2 innings, and have a 2-run lead. Strike on the outside corner. Well, after the Waves were down by 3, facing elimination, they've come back and taken the lead. Outside the ball. 1-1. Miles Klaus on the mound for the Waves. There's a high fly ball. That's deep. Back she goes. Back and gone. A home run for Jimmy Hines. Whoa. Jimmy Hines with the blast. Over the 365 marker, and that's a 14-foot fence on top of that. That's how hard he hit that one.
Well, Jimmy Hines got all of that one. Boy, he popped that one out of here, and the Waves have put a 5 spot here in the top half of the 9th inning, and suddenly are leading this thing 13-8, a 5-run lead. Wow. What a great comeback the Waves have had today. His pitch looks to be belled high right over the outer half of the plate. And Jimmy Hines doesn't waste any time pouncing on this pitch. He tried 3 times in a row to put it out there. And one too many. Actually, yeah, the outer half of the plate. Good arm extension. Wham. And that thing really sailed on out of here in a hurry. And no question about this shot. As it lands, there you see it going over the fence with plenty of room to spare. And probably bouncing about 15, 20 feet beyond that fence. So that's a good 375, 380-foot shot, I would guess, for Jimmy Hines. And the Waves have scored 8 runs in the last 2 innings. And have taken the lead here.
That's the nail in the coffin.
Here's Andy Vogler. Pitch outside the ball. And the Waves with the 4 spot here in the 9th inning. And suddenly, the Waves have a 4-run lead here. There's a strike. 1-1 to Vogler. Inside the ball. notice a couple of baseball scouts here, but taking marks on the Waves. Jimmy Hines won't do you any good. He's going to Cornell, the Ivy League Cornell. There's another error by the second baseman, and Vogler aboard. Well, I said a 4 spot is actually 5 runs here in the top of the ninth. There's a strike. And now the Waves have batted around. Outside corner for a strike.
Yeah, he got a 2-run up.
There's a ground ball. And again, the second baseman blows it. Everybody going to be safe. Here's Danny Saltman for the second time in the inning. So here's Saltman. Strike 1. So still 2 out. Waves have put a 5 spot here in the top of the ninth. And taking the lead. Came back to tie it in the 8th. And now taking the lead. Now the delivery outside the ball. And you really got to feel sorry for that second baseman for Marysville. He's made a couple of errors here in the inning that has turned the game south for Marysville. And he's getting, you can see how frustrated he is just by the way he's, there's a ground ball. It bobbles it, picks it up, throws, and finally gets the runner out, having had all those opportunities. In the inning, 5 runs, and the Waves lead it 13-8 as we go to the bottom half of the 9th inning. So we go to the bottom half of the 9th inning. Hold 'em and go home time. Well, not really home. Go back to the hotel time. Here's the pitch on the way. Low ball. Womendorf, the batter. Ball 2. These type of games, when you have such evenly matched teams, no lead safe. Ball 3. And right away, Josh London going to try and stop Miles Klaus from trying to force the thing a little too much. It ain't over till the fat lady sings, they say. And she may be warming up in the wings, but she's not ready to come on by any stretch of the imagination. Bottom of the ninth. There's a strike. Three and 1. Ball 4. And a leadoff walk. There's the number 3 batter in the Marysville lineup. So here's Brad Winter, and right away, Coach Napoleon out to have a word with Miles Klaus. And that's going to be it for Miles. Well, they're just not going to risk anything. Peter Lucas coming on. So Lucas on to pitch here in the bottom of the ninth. So Peter Lucas on. Faces Winter. High pop-up. And, whoa! Caught. Oh, great catch. Oh, man alive. Great catch by Dusty Napoleon. Made the catch and then fell into the dugout. But managed to hold on. But Josh London, not Dusty Napoleon. Sorry about that, Josh. Josh London with that great catch. Wow. It's all used to seeing Dusty behind the plate. Great catch by Josh London. Oh, wow. And there's one away. There's a ball high and outside to Will Walker. There's another high pop-up. And Dusty Napoleon takes it on the pitching mound. Nice job by Peter Lucas doing what he's supposed to do, get out of the way. And I knew Dusty Napoleon was going to catch a pop-up. I should have called that one for Josh London. Anyway, 2 down. And Marysville, Ohio, down to their last out. That's high ball. And low ball. 2-0. Runner on at second. Ball 3. Ball 4. And they're 2 on. Boy, has Jimmy Hines had a batting day today. Outside of ball. Here's a long foul ball. Down the third base line. Peter Lucas working with a 1-1 count. Strike 2. And Marysville, Ohio down to their last strike. Outside the ball. And the count evens up at deuces. Line shot. Oh, Vogler got a hold of it, but that's all. Everybody going to be safe. And the bases are loaded. Well, Vogler got a glove on it. Just couldn't hold on. And the bases are loaded. Strike 1. So Rodenberger. Yesterday we had, 35 hits. Today we've got 24 in this ball game. All ball back to the screen. 13-8 the score. 0-2 the count to Rodenberger. Ground ball. That's going to get through for the base hit. 1 run home. Here comes the second runner. Here comes the throw. And that's going to be it. The ball game is all over. The ball game all over. Wilmette 13 and Marysville 9. This is Mark Braun. Hope you've enjoyed this broadcast. Join us for our next game. We'll play on. The Waves play on here in the Great Lakes Regional. Final score, the Waves 13 and Marysville, Ohio 9. Marysville is eliminated from the tournament, and the Waves will continue to play.
Coach